Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me. So, comedian and actor Marlon Wayans has come out and has confessed that I think it's his daughter, has transitioned to a boy, you know, and he is saying that at first he was bothered by that, but now he is starting to grasp the reality of this transition. Okay, so I'm going to get right into this article. This article is pretty short, and I'm going to give you my view on not so much the transitioning of his daughter wanting to be a boy. That's not what I'm going to get into. I'm going to get on the idea of parenting, okay, and how that having unconditional love doesn't mean accepting everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and expound on that. But let's get right into this article. And I'm going to talk about some other things too, because this is a pattern that I find extremely disturbing. But the article says actor and comedian Marlon Wayans has now publicly confirmed that his oldest daughter has become a transgender man. Okay, that's his daughter. So yeah, daughter has become a transgender man. Yeah, transgender man. Appearing on New York's Power 105.1's morning show, The Breakfast Club, on Friday, Wayans confessed, saying, quote, "I have a daughter that transitioned into a son. My daughter," and I cannot pronounce the name, Amai, is now Kai, the white chick star added. Wayans' daughter, who was born on May 24th, 2000, is currently a student at University of Southern California in Los Angeles, California. University of Southern California in Los Angeles, California. Let me stop right here. This kind of, you know what? I'm kind of speculating here that this university, this wokety woke, I'm pretty sure this university is more likely woke because it's in California, Los Angeles, California, and they probably woke. And I'm suspecting that they may have had something to do with this young girl transitioning over into a boy. I suspect that. But I can't be for sure. Okay, but let's go on. She was listed as, quote, special thanks to her father's 2019 film Sextuplets, but it does not appear she has made any moves to get into her father's entertainment profession. During the interview, the comedian noted that he was not fully on board with the transition at first. Now listen to this, okay? And let me say this before I go any further. I loved the Marlon Brothers. I mean, I didn't watch the comedy sketch show that much, but I really love these guys. I really loved that they were so doggone funny. Yeah. But I'm gonna get into the commentary. Let me just go ahead and finish reading this because I have a lot to say about this whole transition. Okay, my transition as a parent, excuse me, going from ignorance and denial to complete unconditional love and acceptance, Wayans told the radio host. He also claimed that he wants to channel his confusion over his daughter's transition into an upcoming comedy special. Wow. I think there's a lot of parents out there who need to have that message, and I know I'm dealing with it, he said. It was a very painful situation for me, but man, it's one of the best, funniest hours I could ever imagine. While talking of his new, quote, son, the Scary Movie star even stumbled over the, quote, pronouns during the show and admitted, "I'm still working on the pronouns." Oh, my God. They know I love them, he said of his transitioning child. They see me trying and I'm happy, but I have to respect their wishes. End of article there. Yeah, that's the end of the article there. Let me just say right up front, I've always admired the Wayans brothers. I've always admired these guys. These guys were hilarious. I've watched both Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2 years ago. Those movies had me, Lord have mercy, I like to bust a gut, because they were so insanely funny. And I used to watch In Living Color, which some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not be familiar with it. It was a sketch comedy show that came out in the 90s, okay? And it was similar to Saturday Night Live, but it was mostly showcased a lot of black artists, black up and coming stars and so forth. And it was extremely funny. I mean, the Wayans Hood, and it was extremely funny. I really had a lot of respect for these guys. These guys are really, really funny. Now, having said all of that, here's the deal. First, I want to deal with the first things first, and ask you guys a question, okay? And I think I'm pretty straightforward with this question. Have you noticed this consistency of celebrity parents, if that's the best word to use, of this consistent pattern, rather, that's what it should be, this pattern of celebrity parents, children coming out as transgenders? Have you noticed that pattern? And the question is, why? Why is there such a pattern of celebrity children becoming transgender? I had read about this about a year or so ago, but the group Sade, the artist Sade, well, that's not really her name, but I call her Sade because that's the easy way to pronounce it. I was reading somewhere where I think it was a son or a daughter, is transgender now. It was like a year or so ago when I read that. And I don't remember all the details in it, but I don't remember, I didn't remember reading anything about Sade, the lead singer of the group Sade, actually, saying anything for it or against it. So I don't know how accurate this particular statement. In fact, I didn't read the article per se. Let me reiterate that. I didn't read the article. It was like a headline. And then in the headline, it stated that I'm pretty sure, and I'm quoting, I'm pretty sure Sade had no problem with it. She accepted this person unconditionally. She accepted the son, i.e. daughter, whatever, unconditionally. But the point is whether that's true or not, what I'm seeing is a pattern here of celebrity children coming out as either gay or transgender. Because you transgender, you're obviously going to be gay more than likely. And one has to ask the question. Now, on a spiritual level, it makes perfectly good sense to me. It makes perfectly good sense, but I'm not going to go into the spiritual aspects of that because that's not really what this channel is about. I may talk about spiritual things, but not at length, okay? What's interesting about this is that when we see this pattern of children coming out, celebrity children coming out as transgender or gay, the question has to be why? Why is this so consistent? Why is this going on? Why is this so consistent with celebrities? And in my opinion, before I get into the parenting situation here with Marlon Wayans, is that in my opinion, I believe that, as I said in the introduction to this video, a significant number of these colleges, these universities and schools are pushing and promoting the acceptance of this lifestyle. This is just crazy. They are conditioning, based on what I understand, based on what I've been studying about the infiltration of Marxism and all these nasty, groomers in our school system, for lack of a better word. I have been noticing this trend among not only the regular young people, but young people among celebrities, this trend of transitioning over into someone that they're not. And I believe in part that the school systems are helping to promote this. And I believe the school systems, the teachers and the professors, if you want to call them that, these pink-haired, blue-haired, purple-haired people getting on TikTok, making TikTok videos about all of this type of stuff. And y'all know I'm telling the truth, okay? Are brainwashing or conditioning a lot of these young children who may not have stable minds to accept that lifestyle and even push the idea that it's cool and okay. And if these young people are not stable, if they don't have a strong, stable home setting of teaching, okay, then they're vulnerable. And I believe that we have this trend among celebrities of their children coming out as transgender It's because the home life is not, there's no firm foundation there. In addition to these teachers pushing this type of stuff to these children. So I believe that this is part of the reason for that, as well as the spiritual aspect. But like I said, I'm not going to go into that. Okay. Now, having said that, here's the deal about the parenting situation. I agree with Marlon Wayans. Okay, look, first of all, this is his child. It's not my child, it's his child. As a parent, you have the right to do whatever you want to do with your child. That's your child. Okay, they live with you, more than likely, you do what you want to do. But here's the thing, though. I wanted to challenge his statement about loving unconditionally. Love, the whole statement of love and acceptance. You can love your children, and this is just from my perspective. You can love your children, but that don't mean you necessarily accept everything they do and say. Love isn't accepting everything. And I hate when liberals do that. Love is that's a lie. Now I'm about to get religious. Okay. I'm about to get religious. Okay. God is, is the epitome of love. You may say, how's that, Mr. Bowling? How's that? What are you talking about? Because he sacrificed his only begotten son to die on the cross for our sins. Who else? You ain't going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So that's the greatest expression of love in all of human history. God showed that love to us. But just because he shows this kind of love to us doesn't mean he accepts what we do. Okay? He's proven his love, but it don't mean he accepts everything we do and say. The same principle. As a parent, you can love your child unconditional, but that don't mean you approve of everything that they do. And in this instance, I feel like Marlon Wayans has crumbled under the pressure of society and the woke society and woke celebrity field that he is in. I mean, the man is doing relatively good financially, as far as I understand. I mean, he has his little own stand-up comedy thing he's doing. He's relatively successful, from what I understand. And it may mean that he doesn't want to be like, well, I don't agree with this, and it may mean that he's fearful of the backlash. Okay, but here's my deal. You can love your son or your daughter, but don't accept it. To say, son or daughter, you know what? This is your choice. I support your choice. No, I would say no. As a parent, I would say no. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love your child. Saying no doesn't mean that's not unconditional love. Unconditional love is that you love them in spite of their flaws and their shortcomings, and you don't expect nothing in return. That's unconditional love. You provide for them the things that they need. God loves us unconditionally. He lets the sun shine. We still have air to breathe. We have water to drink. All these things we didn't create. God put it out here for us. And he loves all of us, among other things. Okay. But that doesn't mean doesn't mean he accepts everything we do or say. Clearly he doesn't. Same principle here. I mean, you can love them unconditionally, your children unconditionally, by providing housing for them, as long, if they underage, they should be living with you, providing housing for them, food for them. That's unconditional love. That's unconditional love. But unconditional love is not accepting and agreeing with everything they do and say. Really, to be honest with you, what I feel he should have done was say, I get this stuff mixed up, son, daughter, whatever. I love you, but I don't agree with what you're doing. And stand on that. Because if this person wants to transition over and they get these hormone injections and all this kind of stuff, and they become full-grown adults and decide later on, I don't want to be this way, now what are they going to do? Because now they done altered their body for life. This is what he should have done, in my opinion, as a parent, and this is what parents should do. Think about the bigger picture rather than being fearful of a screwed up society and a screwed up, nasty grooming school system. Okay, you got to have something to stand on. You just have to have something to stand on. And I feel here that he simply crumbled under the pressure, or was fearful. I won't say crumbled under pressure. Let me correct that. He's fearful of the backlash he may have to take if he decides to say, I don't agree with her lifestyle. This is my child's lifestyle. I don't agree with that decision. He fears backlash. So when this happened, it shocked him. It was like, man, this shocked. It shocked his system. He probably didn't know what to do. He's probably like, man, I don't know. I don't know. But then he's probably started thinking, well, you know what? This her decision. Let her make up her own mind. This her decision. And let's be realistic now. Let's be realistic. I'm going to be realistic. You can't control what your children think. You can't control all the decisions. You can't. But if they're living with you and living under your roof as a parent, you have authority. Stop letting these liberals and these leftists and these woke nutbags tell you otherwise. That's a lie from the pits of hell. You the one gave birth to that child, unless you adopted them. But it don't make no difference. Even if you adopted the child, that's your child. You the one paying for their food. You the one paying the rent. You the one taking them to the doctor. The left is not doing it. The school teachers are not doing it. The politicians not doing it. You doing it. And mind you, if you gave birth to that child, I'm gonna be real with you. That's your sperm. That's your wife or girlfriend's ovaries or whatever. Okay, it ain't the politicians. It ain't these nasty blue-haired, pink-haired school teachers telling you it's. Man, come on, don't make me go off. Don't make me go off. That's your child. You the parent. And because you're the parent, you should be the one to take that responsibility and be willing to deal with the backlash as it comes. When are people going to take a stand? When are any of these celebrities going to take a stand for what they really believe in and stop caving in to the woke society around them? This stuff is on purpose. It's planned. And sooner or later, it's going to really get to the point where people going to get just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I hope that's where it gets to. Because to me, this is just another example of someone who just simply like, well, you know what, man, I'm just going to go ahead and give in. That's just my opinion. So, I mean, I don't want no backlash. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't been making any movies, and but I'm making some money doing my little, comedy sketch things, my little comedy stand-up routine. So I don't want to mess that up. So let me just go ahead and say, well, you know what? Internally, conscious-wise, I don't agree with this, but you know what? I can deal with this. You know what? I'm going to love this. I'm going to love her, him, whatever, unconditionally and accept it. No. Love them unconditionally, but you don't have to accept it. Say, son, I don't accept this lifestyle, but it's your choice. But I'm letting you know, I don't accept this. I think it's detrimental. It will hurt you in the long run if you decide to change. It will be a life-altering situation you make. You don't make life-altering situations for temporary circumstances because they temporarily feel like they're the opposite sex. I'm going to go ahead and get these hormone injections or whatever that's going to change my body and alter my body for life. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then people look at me and look at other conservatives or people who have sense and look at us like we crazy. No, you're the one crazy. You're the one in the matrix, not us. Unplug so that you can see the light. Unplug so you can see the light. Because until then, the matrix is going to keep pumping that stuff in your brain. You're going to keep seeing it. You're going to keep smelling it. You're going to keep tasting it. You're going to keep living it. I'm just saying. So, this whole thing about, accept love, it's no. You still have to make a stand. You still have to take a stand. Love them unconditionally, but you don't have to agree with everything that they do. Because love also makes corrections. When you see someone going in the wrong course, when you see someone going in the wrong direction, one of your children going in the wrong direction, let's be realistic. Now, let me start some of this video up. See, we talk about love. People like to talk about love. That's why I don't listen to celebrities when it comes to love. They're not the standard, okay? I'm not either, but I look at the Bible as a standard, and I look at universal consciousness as a standard, but that's another story, and I digress. Let's be realistic, man. regardless of where you live, wherever you at. If you have children and you see that your child, and you really love your child, and you see that your child is going on a course that's going to be detrimental to them, will you say something to them? More than likely you will. If you see your son or you see your daughter dating someone that you know is a woof woof, a dog, okay? You know this person ain't worth a 2 dead flies squashed. Are you going to continue to let them pursue this person? Or are you going to say something? You're more than likely, if you're a good parent, you're going to say something. Okay, you're going to say something because you know that if they continue in the path that they're going, it's going to hurt them in the future. So you love them enough to keep them from getting hurt. So you say something and you warn them. That's love. Love isn't, well, I'll just let it be whatever it is. It's their choice. Boop, 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 boop. That's that soft, wokety woke, leftist mumbo jumbo. It's not true. It's a lie. Don't let these people flip you, man. That's just retarded. I'm going off here. But I just hate when the left do this stuff because I know what they're doing. I know what they're pushing. And it's sick and disgusting and it's wrong. Period, bottom line, the way I see it. Okay? But that's my take on it. What do you guys think? My take on it is you can love them, love your children, but you still correct bad behavior. That's not showing hate. It's showing love because you see what it can eventually lead to. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and see you again.